Nico just finished her witch training and moves back to town, ready to start her new life with a familiar. But instead of choosing a magical animal, she picks her childhood friend, Mori. And now stuck living together, Nico is in love, but Mori is just trying to survive her chaos, and the prophecy that says she is in danger. We see two kids saying goodbye. Nico is leaving to become a witch. She thanks Mori for always protecting her and promises to train every day. They have to meet again someday. Years later, Mori is all grown up, and some delinquents try to pick a fight with him. It's because some time ago they were bullying someone and Mori stepped in to stop them, then escaped with the guy he helped. To make matters worse, he also made fun of one of their hairstyles, even though that guy spends 30 minutes perfecting it every day, and it's more important to him than life itself. They start a fight and Mori lets them win. If he fought back, they would end up seriously injured. He once hurt one of them badly as a kid with a single punch, but his dad tells him that he has since learned the skills he needs to control his strength. Still, Mori says that with guys like that, it is just easier to let them hit him and get it over with. Then his dad brings up Nico. Mori recalls that back in 4th grade, she moved away to the witch's holy land to start her training. His dad says she's finished now, and she's coming home. On top of that, she wants to make Mori her familiar. While witches usually choose animal familiars, some in the distant past absorbed so much magic they took on human form. This happened with an ox and tiger familiar, who ended up marrying humans. Their descendants became known as ogres. So, Mori's clan actually descends from a line of familiars. Mori already knows their roots. It's just that, nowadays, calling someone your minion is weird. People don't really do that anymore. But his dad explains that while their families no longer follow a strict master-servant relationship, an old pact still exists, and they need to honor it. Besides, being Nico's familiar is more like being her bodyguard. Nico's mom is staying behind in the Holy Land for special reasons, and Mori's dad is going away on a business trip. So only Nico will be returning, and she and Mori will be living together. The next day, Mori's quietly minding his own business when, boom, Nico comes crashing through the window, shattering it to pieces. Without missing a beat, Mori gets to work cleaning up the broken glass. He tells her she's probably tired and should sit down and eat some cookies he baked. She does, while staring at him and thinking to herself how handsome he has become. He really exceeded all her expectations. He's still the same kind, blunt guy, and now they are going to be living together. She knows anything could happen. She bets he will start looking at her the way a man looks at a woman. What if he's having lewd thoughts right now? After Mori finishes picking up the glass, Nico offers to fix the window using magic. But to cast the spell, she needs a medium, something precious to him. So he gives her his favorite mug. She manages to fix the window, but in the process, the mug is sacrificed and shatters. Mori gets a little annoyed at first, but then looks on the bright side. The window is fixed. Magic is amazing. Nico falls even more in love with him after hearing that and decides to show him more spells. One of them can make things as flat as paper. She casts it on herself and literally turns into a paper-thin version of herself, floating away with the wind. In the end, she gets stuck in the crack between two houses. If she returns to normal in such a tight space, it will be over. Coincidentally, the house belongs to the same bully from before. When Mori shows up, the bully tries to pick another fight, demanding to know what Mori is doing in front of his place. This time, Mori realizes he can punch the guy. After all, they can just heal his wounds with magic. He winds up for the hit, but smashes the wall instead, creating an opening just in time to pull Nico out safely before she returns to normal. Then Mori tells Nico to use her magic to fix the wall, by sacrificing something more valuable than the bully's life, his hair. She agrees, and after the wall is repaired, the bully is left bald. A while later, they go shopping, but since there are so many bags and they're too heavy, Nico casts a spell to make them lighter. Now they're much easier to carry. Then Mori asks Nico if she really plans to let the whole city know she's a witch. She explains that there is an ironclad rule. Witches must use magic to help people. A novice witch's magic is unstable, and the best way to stabilize it is by building relationships and helping those around them. On the flip side, isolation can lure witches toward dark magic. That's why she needs to interact with people while using her powers. This is an important phase in her training. She wants to become a wonderful witch who helps others. And Mori, as her familiar, tells her that if her goal is to become a grand witch, then he will help her get there. Then they spot a burning building with a girl trapped inside. Without hesitation, they fly over to help her. But carrying 3 people is too much for Nico's wand, so she casts the same spell as before to make herself and Mori both light. However, the spell also makes their personalities lighthearted and goofy. After rescuing the girl, she thanks them and asks who they are, but they barely respond, suddenly remembering they left all their shopping bags behind. So they quickly say goodbye and rush back to retrieve them. But when they get back, the bags are incredibly heavy. Nico realizes the spell has worn off, and as a drawback, everything, including their bodies, has become heavier. They're now glued to the ground by their own weight. On top of that, their moods take a nosedive, turning gloomy and depressed. That night, Nico says that since they are starting their new lives the next day, she hopes Mori will take care of her for a long time. But he scolds her, saying not to say weird things like that while sitting on a futon, and tells her to sleep in her own room. Nico thanks him for everything that day. She is amazed that he can control his ogre strength so well. He must have trained really hard. Mori then has a flashback of when his father told him about a prophecy. Within a year, disaster will befall Nico. Her mother, being an oracle, foresaw this future. When she tried to divine a way to prevent it, the answer was clear. The protector shall be a familiar. That became Mori's mission, to protect Nico. They also have to hide the fact that she is a witch and avoid drawing too much attention. While Mori is lost in thought, Nico starts forming heart shapes with her hands and says that she loves him.